I don't know what to do here. What's up everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to What's Up Vlog episode number 92. And we are back on Zwift today, hot on the heels of last week's Ride London. We have it's possibly the most exciting race for me of the year. I'm really interested to see how this one turns out. This is the Triple Crown. The idea is you have to complete the Watopia Three Sisters, the London Loop and the full UCI Richmond course in whichever order you like, but obviously in the fastest combined time. You have an 8-hour window to complete them, so you can have breaks in between, but obviously that becomes part of the judgment and the strategy, so how long you leave in between. You've got to make sure you finish before the end of your time window. And the fastest overall times in categories A, B, C and D will be they'll be crowned the Triple Crown champions for 2017. So really excited about this one. I've seen there's quite a few riders already on. I've got a list of everybody that's on. This is time window 1, and I saw Ruth Ambrose had just finished up doing. She's chosen to do Richmond first, which I'm choosing as well. I'm going to do a short lap as a warm-up and then a full UCI lap at race speed. Difficult one to vlog this because obviously we're not racing together, so I'm not absolutely sure how to do it, but I'm going to do my very best to try and capture everybody at some point during their race, jumping between the courses. But I'll try my best to capture everybody, a part of everybody's ride. I need to keep an eye on you anyway, because I need to make sure everybody's on TT bikes, because there's no drafting allowed in this race. So unfortunately, I'm going to be like full-on strict about this. If I see a hint of a non-TT bike, that's it, you're out. So hopefully that won't be the case. So anyway, you don't need to watch me warm up, but I'll jump on and show you a bit of footage of the when I'm doing my actual Richmond race lap, and then we'll see if we can jump around and find some other riders on other courses. Catch you in a bit. Right, so I've just done my little warm up. I'm just about to start my flying lap of Richmond UCI. I can see Padrone and Peter Wilson are both on course at the moment. Padrone 2.8 watts per kilogram as we speak. Good man, wearing his Team Type 1 jersey and bibs, and on a TT bike. Let's check Peter's got the right bike. Yeah, of course he has. Rocking a nice hipster beard there as well. On that subject, as you can see with me, the man bun. So Zwift were listening to me when I sent numerous requests that I needed my man bun in game, so thank you guys. Alright, anyway, on to serious business. Peter's up at 3.4 watts per kilogram, I can see. Right, so he's rocking it. He's in the same category as me, scarily. And there's no way I'm going to be holding mid-threes for this entire ride, this entire lap. So I don't think I'm going to be winning any prizes for the C category on the Richmond course at least. Right, anyway, here we go, head down. Let's get some speed and momentum going before we cross the start line. Alright, last few metres, and away we go to start my Triple Crown. Good luck everybody. Of course there won't be any power-ups or anything, so we're all on TT bikes. Hey, Mr. S-Clog, thank you buddy for the ride on. I keep meaning to join one of the pack rides, but the times just never seem to fit in with what I've got going on at that point. But I will jump on, they're huge rides. And I know a load of other WKG riders take part, so I definitely will get involved as soon as I can. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I'm feeling out of breath talking already, so I think I need to try and settle into a rhythm. Peter and Padron have just gone through the sprint, almost identical times. There are no sprint points, but it's interesting to see, to sort of gauge the pace, and those two are pretty locked together at the moment. I'm about a full 1 watt per kilogram down on them at this point, but that's all right. I'm hoping that means I've got legs for the climbs. I've done absolutely no riding since last Sunday. Obviously, ride London and then riding back home. And it wasn't really through design, just had other commitments. I've been away from the house for a few days, so not had a chance to get on, which was frustrating because obviously I could see the updates with the new kits and socks and hair and stuff like that, and I really wanted to give it a go, but I had to just take a position in the crowd watching you guys for a couple of days. But I'd like to say it's nice to be back on, but I'm feeling it at the moment. My heart rate won't come down. Okay, so there you go. I'm about 2 seconds off those guys over the sprint. I think that's everybody from wave 1 I've seen on course now, with the exception of maybe Carlos Valadares and Inga Backman. I think you're the only two I've not seen so far. I will keep an eye open. I managed to catch the end of Ruth's lap as I was doing my warm-up. She was also on Richmond. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see the order in which guys and girls choose to do this. I was thinking get the hardest one out of the way first. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because my legs definitely need waking up a little bit more still. Aha! Another Triple Crown competitor has jumped onto Richmond. Andreas Detail. I'm not sure if that means he's already done, because I think I saw Andreas on a different course, so he might have already done one of them, and this is his second round. That's good going if that's the case. So once again, through the second sprint, Peter and Padron very closely matched. Padro taking this one by about half a second. Hey, Inga Backman, thank you buddy for the ride on. Good to see you. Don't know if that means you've jumped on course. It's good to see you anyway. Alright, so I'm a full 3 seconds off Padron and Peter over that sprint. It's hardly surprising, but I'm not bothered. Okay, so Padron and Peter now just came over the top of the first climb. Padron taking that one by 7 seconds. Good job, man. I've got a little way to go before I even start that climb. I can see Padron, I think he must be on the second climb. 5.9 watts per kilogram, 6 watts per kilogram. Absolutely killing it up there. Peter, I assume, is on the descent leading up to that climb. He's about to hit it. God, some good power coming out of you guys. Hi Sean, thanks for the ride on buddy. Good to see you. Very disappointed your name's not down for this race. You've got no excuses. You'd have loved it. Loads of climbing. Right up your street. $240 for me for that climb. Oh. Oh, I'm not feeling it this morning. Wow. My legs are jelly. this is the easiest route apparently. Oh, I'm not feeling good at all. Oh, I actually feel sick and a bit faint. This can't be good. Oh dear. Hey Dave, Mr. Crook, thanks very much for the ride on. Sorry, I can barely talk at the moment, I'm feeling absolutely rotten. I don't know if this is too early in the morning for me, but that climb made me feel really sick and faint. Oh, got that one out of the way very slowly. So just that long draggy climb up to the end now. Oh. It's a pitiful display time wise, but that's alright, it's only part 1 of 3. If I can get my act together, try and make up some time in the other rounds. Oh dear. Alright, okay, so Peter Wilson's time, 26:21.9. Padron's time, 27:04.6. And these are the Zwift times. I'm actually going to be taking the times from the Strava segments that I listed in the race description. So they are subject to change, but at the moment Peter has got it for Richmond with a pretty decent time. Now, I'm going to be a full sort of 5 minutes or so behind that, but that's alright. My strengths are in the hills, as everybody knows. Except unless it's Box Hill or Leith Hill or Fox Hill or the Watopia climb. Hey, cheers Peter for the ride on. Great job on your time, man. So you're going to have at least 5 minutes in your pocket to make sure you beat me. Hey, Dwight Williams. Hi buddy, good to see you. Thanks for the ride on. I think you're going on Sunday's afternoon time slot if I remember rightly. So I'll be checking that out, keeping an eye on you all. Yeah. All right. 31:09.47. Oh dear. Oh. All right. Part 1 done. I'm going to try and recover my legs a little bit. Have a proper breakfast, I think, before I take on the next one. Let's have a quick look at Andreas Detail, who's currently rocking around mid to high 2s. All right on, my friend. Please be on the right bike. Yes, you are. Good man. That wasn't fun at all. It's too early for racing. I should have picked an evening slot. So on a 16.5 kilometre circuit, I managed to lose 5 minutes or thereabouts to my nearest, well, the only other rivals that have completed it so far that I can see. So I'm going to have to do something special on the Three Sisters, and I think I'm going to surprise you all. I think that could be my one today. Judging by how my legs felt in this, I think that might be slightly wishful thinking, but it can only get better. And I'm going to fly up that mountain all the way up to the mast I'm going to use some of my Ride London tactics to make sure my legs stay fresh, but maybe not go quite as easy at the start. And I'm going to kick ass on the way back down as well. I'm going to wrap this up for part 1, and I will be back shortly. I've got to complete, by the way, I've got to complete by 4 o'clock BST, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, British summertime. So I've got approximately 5 hours and 20 minutes left to do Three Sisters and the London Loop, with a bit of a break in between each one. Anyway, I'm going to shut up because I'm waffling, and I'll be back here shortly for round 2. Right, back on the bike. As you will have spotted, I've been relegated to the dark and dingy corner of the smallest bedroom in the world. So I've got this little makeshift pain cave, and I'm just about to start potentially the trickiest, well, definitely the trickiest of the 3 crowns. This is the Watopia Three Sisters. So I'm just mixing up a nice new energy drink with electrolytes and apple cider vinegar and a bit of salt, a bit of sugar, and hopefully that will get me up and over these climbs without too much trouble. I've also got, I'll flick to it now, you can see, I've also got the Zwift GPS app running at the moment as well. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but I can see that Ruth Ambrose is on Watopia, as is, can I zoom in on that? Yeah, I suppose I can. Jason Arblaster is there, Stevie Wonkster, although he's not part of this race, but I think he's on a sort of 100-kilometre mission. Inga's there, South African girl's there, who is Suzanne. Who else have we got? That's it. I thought Padron was there, unless he can't have already finished it, surely. Let's see what kind of power these guys are putting out. So Inga at the moment, 4.6 watts per kilogram. Not bad, right. So he's doing pretty well in the A category. Jason, who's in my category, 1.9. That's more along the lines of what I'll be doing. So that's good to see. South African girl, she is doing 2.3 watts per kilogram. Good stuff. Let's have a quick check on Ruth. And she is at 1.1, 1.2 at the moment. I'm trying to work out, where is that? Oh, so she's right. Is she coming? What's her speed? Oh no, so she's going up to the top of the tower climb. Now I know Ruth's been unwell as well, or injured. So I hope you're not overdoing it there, Ruth, but great effort nonetheless. Right, let's try and shrink that back down again. Right, let's get back to Zwift. And I'm about to get rocking with my own Three Sisters attempt. Cheers for the ride on, Kenneth. I know you've already done 2 of the 3 crowns. I don't know if you're already on your 3rd now, but I'm pretty sure you've got the 2 most difficult ones out of the way. So I imagine you'll just cruise around Richmond now. So I could see Jason Arblaster was there. Hey, Dwight with another ride on. Thanks, buddy. I could see Jason Arblaster was there, and I tried to click to watch him, but he just flicked straight back onto my avatar, which is a bit irritating. Right, I can see from the timing sheet, Padron did the first of these, the Three Sisters, in a 2:48. So that's a decent time. I'm looking at over a minute slower than that at the moment. Alright, sister number 1 done. Alright, see if we can have a watch of Jason now. There we go. Good job, man. He's at the other end of this descent that I'm on now. And rocking the TT bike. Good job. Thanks Steve Richardson from Team Type 1 for the ride on. Much appreciated. I was lucky enough to bump into a couple of Team Type 1 riders last weekend on Ride London. Zoe and Michael Collins. And I was hoping to bump into Olaf Bonk as well. And Kev Stephen, he rode for JDRF, it's not Team Type 1 member, but he rode for JDRF. Matt Rhys Evans, I know you were really unlucky not to be able to take part in Ride London. I really feel for you. But, I hope you're recovering well, buddy. Oh, there's even less air circulation in this room than there was in the other one. Don't get the same sun beaming down through the glass ceiling, but there's not much air movement in here, even with this big fan right in front of my face. Hi Stuart, thanks for the ride on, my friend. Good to see you. And Jason, cheers buddy. And Craig, coming out of Canada, Craig Sharp. Thanks my friend for the ride on. Hey, Stevie Wongster. Hello mate, thanks very much for the ride on. You've been doing an epic ride this morning from what I've seen. Good stuff, man. Andreas Detail, thank you buddy for the ride on. I think you did, is it Richmond you've already done? I think you've done Richmond. So 1 crown done, 2 to go. It seemed a few have sort of followed, well not followed, but doing the same tactic as me, of using Richmond as kind of a warm-up, and then hit the hardest one, which is the Three Sisters, and then London Loop, which is relatively easy until obviously you get to Box Hill. The idea of Richmond as a warm-up, in my mind, was a good one, but I've really struggled. Like, obviously I'm taking it very easy now as well, because I'm trying to just make sure I've got the legs to get up this mountain. Give me a lot more time lost if I cramp up the mountain than if I ease off and pace myself during these over these flat bits. So that's the tactic. But Richmond, I wasn't exactly flying. I didn't get a PB or anything around the circuit, but I just absolutely died after the first climb. I felt hot, sick, faint. It's not good at all. So I was quite glad I finished that one. Managed to have a little rest, kind of breakfast, and obviously now I've been relegated to this room, which isn't the best, but it'll do. I'm still spinning. So if I remember rightly, we've obviously been up and over one of the sisters. I'm about to enter the tunnel here, and we do the epic KOM from the forward direction, the normal direction. Is that right? So I'll turn right in the tunnel and go all the way up to the radio mast at the top of the up and beyond the KOM. And it's that radio mast bit that I really do not like. I don't think anyone does, but I particularly I cannot stand it. I can't imagine what it's like on a Neo or a Kicker or something, where if you set it to 100%, you're feeling the full force of the gradient. I know you don't go any faster by having an easier setting on the trainer, but obviously it might be slightly easier to keep the legs spinning with lower resistance than it is on those trainers set at max. Okay, so right turn ahead. Yep, here we go. Oh, I missed it. I was looking down. I wasn't looking at my screen, but I just went past Jason, our blaster, and I think he might have messaged me as well. Sorry buddy if I missed that, I was just sort of staring down because it's uncomfortable having my laptop to my right there. Have to crook my neck over all the time. And I think Hans Petter Summerson just gave me a ride on too. Cheers my friend. Ah, what's happened? Had some kind of dropout. No, come on. Is that an amp plus or something? Oh man, that's not good. Thank you, A-Rand, for the ride on. Just as I reached the flat section coming through the castle. Ah, another dropout. What is going on? Come on, man. How do I get that back? There we go. Oh, this is not good. Another dropout. Amp Plus is right there, right underneath the bike. All I can do is keep pedaling and wait for it to come back in. There we go. Oh dear. Okay. I possibly know what the dropouts were. I think my phone was trying to read the Bluetooth signal from my trainer. And it's possibly been interfering. So I've just turned Bluetooth off on my phone and power's come back on. So fingers crossed I can maintain that now without any more dropouts. Oh no, there we go. Right, it was nothing to do with that. I'm just having Amp Plus dropouts. Oh. Oh, it's gone again. Come on. Why can't it do it on the uphill? Oh, sorry, the downhill. It picks me back up to speed. If I carry on pedaling, it puts me back at the speed I was going. But I think it's jumping me back about 20-30 meters each time. Right, I've turned the mobile link off. I'm wondering if that had anything to do with it. I don't usually use the mobile link because I've had problems before. So I've turned it off now. Let's see if we can maintain power all the way to the top. Hi Darren, Mr. Darren Hunter, thank you very much for the ride on, buddy. I hope you're doing well on your crowns. Oh, now my heart rate's gone. There we go. Oh, I'm having all sorts of sensor problems today. Everything's dropping out. Oh, except the resistance, that seems to be working fine.
Take me higher. Take me higher. Take me higher.
Hi Mike, Joss. Thank you very much thank you very much for the ride on, buddy. Another power drop. I don't know what's going on. I think it's messing up the timing of the resistance as well. So I seem to be climbing on, have climbing resistance on descents and vice versa. So now it's gone all soft. Alright, now it's hardened up. Oh yeah.
higher.
I'll tell you what, I've got Zwift GPS running as well, haven't I? I don't know if that'll have any bearing on it at all, but I'm going to shut that off. Let's just have a quick catch up on who's there. I can see Ruth is going up the volcano climb. Jason's just a little way behind me on this mountain. Who else we got? Stevie Wonks is still going by the looks of things. Ruth grinding her way up the top. Good job. Right, I'm going to shut this off. See if it makes any difference to my to these dropouts. No, there you go, dropped out straight away. Well, I did come straight back in again. My heart monitor keeps dropping out as well.
Higher. Take me higher.
Ah, come on. 200 metres to get to the top of this, the epic KOM. It keeps adding like 20 metres to every little push. Hey Carlos. Thanks for the ride on. Good to see you on here. I know you're part of today's wave as well. I don't know what you've done already, but good luck with whatever you've got left. Alright, epic KOM done. Now up to that bloody radio tower. Oh.
Take me higher. Take me higher. Take me higher.
Doesn't look like kicking in anytime soon. It can't be the AM Plus sensor because it's picking up my heart rate monitor. So it must be something from the trainer. Ah, there we go. We're back on. See if this isn't difficult enough. I'm now thinking there's some kind of interference having moved into this room that's causing problems with my sensors. Not sure what it would be. I've got the Sky Plus, Sky TV box there. I don't know if that'll have anything to do with it. Not a lot else. Ah, oh, come on, man, this is rubbish. I'm so near the top. See Jason there now. Let's have a look, see how he's getting on. Good job, man. Keep it going. Nice high cadence up here. Oh, don't you, mate? My thing keeps dropping out, so I keep losing power. There, look, I'm pedalling, but I'm not going anywhere. This is a race. I don't know. It comes back in again for a while. There you go, starting up again. The signal between my trainer and the computer, I think. There, it's gone again. Oh man, I'm so near the top of this mountain. Just want to get over that, and then it's a. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah. Hey, M. Fisher, thanks very much for the ride on. I need that just to motivate me to get over the top of this hill. I don't know what to do here. Obviously at the moment I'll just keep going. But if this happens all the way up the volcano climb as well, it's going to be hard to complete this one, if I'm honest. I don't know what will happen if I unplug the trainer and back in again. I'm not sure what the consequences are of that, but I could try that on the downhill. Oh, it's gone again. Come on, just get me over this hump. Crying out loud. At least get me to a point where I can roll for a bit. This has happened more on the steeper parts of the climb than anywhere else. Alright, that's the second sister. Done. Alright. Let's see if we can get down. Oh, power's gone. Go on, keep me moving. Keep me moving, pick up speed. There we go. We're still increasing pace. That's all right. All right, I'm going to take a chance here. Oh. I don't see that there's much else I can do. Oh, that's as painful as riding. Right, trainer's back in and on. Unplug the ANT Plus sensor as well. Okay. Alright, come on, fire up. Fire back into life for me. Come on. Maybe I need to go into the pairing screen, do I? What is that? Escape? Oh no. Escape. What's pairing? A? No signal. Alright, let's unpair. 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 Alright, let's search. Why is there no signal? Come on. Let's just okay that for a second. Ah, okay, we have power again. Alright, I don't have a heart rate, but we have power. Let's see if this can keep me going. Oh, now I've got no resistance. Ah, I can't go anywhere. I'm spinning up really fast, but hardly generating any power. Ah, this is crazy. If this was Richmond, I think I'd be tempted to quit, reset everything and start again, but I'm not doing this one again. I can't really work out what's happening. Obviously there's some kind of interruption in the signal somewhere. I'm hoping it's not because of the update that was done this morning. Obviously it was nice getting loads of new socks and hairstyles and things like that, but I think I'd rather everything just work properly right now. Right, I don't suspect I'm going to get any resistance kicking in up this hill. No, I'm not. So, right, I'm going to put this out there, and it's probably going to start a row. And it's contrary to what I said earlier on in this vlog. This is harder, not having the resistance changes. Trying to just keep this spin. I mean the highest gear, I've been spinning sort of most of the time about sort of 95 RPM, and that's just to maintain about 2 watts per kilogram, and that over a distance for me is harder than if the trainer was kicking in with really hard resistance on the ups, on the inclines. So anyone who thinks it's faster to have your trainer on an easier setting or to have a dumb trainer or whatever, no. In my personal opinion, this is more difficult. There's just no break. I'm just constantly having to spin, and that's to hold a pretty average pace. So I had a suspicion, because I used to have my trainer at 50% and I put it up to 75%, and I actually was immediately getting sort of PBs on most of the courses. So although it feels more tiring for short bursts when the hills come, it seemed to be a more natural way to ride. This is really unnatural for me, just to be completely flat and spinning constantly. I haven't got the power left to spin any faster and try and up my speed, so I'm just having to try and hold it around the 2 watts per kilogram. Thanks Megan for the ride on, great to see you. I need all the ride-ons I can get because this is really close to me throwing in the towel. It's very demoralising. I've had dropout after dropout, and now just having to do this sort of breathless spinning. Oh, I'm just about to go up the volcano, so let's just get this out of the way, and then I can reboot everything and hopefully get systems back to normal. We'll see. Hey, Noel. Thanks for the ride on, buddy. I hope you're getting on well. Sorry if I sound a bit flat, I'm just thoroughly peed off. Like I say, if this had happened on Richmond, or maybe even on the London Loop, I'd turn everything off and start again, but I can't climb that mountain up to the radio tower again. Oh, thanks Ruth for the ride on. I take it you've now completed the 3 sisters. Well done. Not sure what you got left, but good luck with whatever it is. Alright, that's the last of the 3 sisters sorted. I don't like those girls at all, especially not spinning up like this. That's been torture. Oh, come on, how long before we start going downhill? I just need to stop my legs for a minute. This particular sister seems to have a very big head. I'm circling around before I can go back down again. Here we go. That's the worst kind of cycling for me, just a monotonous, sort of high cadence, low resistance sort of spin. Doesn't suit me at all. I like to mix it up, getting in and out of the saddle a bit, which I've not been able to do apart from now rolling down the hill. I just want to get this one over and done with now. Nearly there. And then I can reboot everything and hopefully get it all working again. Why is my camera not working? I'll be blooming glad that this one's over. The only solace I can take from it is that once I've finished today, I'm going to get a lot of enjoyment watching everybody else that hasn't even started yet. So we've got, there are 3 more time slots of riders to go, starting at 4 o'clock my time today. So I will enjoy spying on you guys, seeing how you're doing, and all safe in the knowledge that I'll have finished mine. That's assuming I can get to the end of London, but I should be okay. Here we go, over the line. And I'm incredibly glad to see the back of all 3 of those sisters. Oh, done. Oh, this is not fun. This is another one of my stupid ideas that probably needed a bit more thought. Alright, so the time is now, for me, 20 to 2. So I've got 2 hours, 20 minutes left to have a bit of a break, sort all my systems out, and get on the London Loop. So hopefully my GoPro will be working then, so I'll catch you in a bit. Right, back on. I've done a complete system reboot. Everything seems to be okay. I'm just doing a little bit of a warm up just to make sure the resistance is working, but I think it is. Got a fresh jersey, fresh hat. I'm ready to destroy the London Loop, I think. This is where I make up all the time. This is, you guys will be stunned. You'll all have been checking out my Strava times already and thinking, alright, we've got him covered. But you wait till you see this. This is gonna blow you all away. This is the one I've been saving myself for. Absolutely attack the London Loop. Right, start winding it up. Here we go. The resistance is definitely working again, but my heart rate monitor still isn't. I've just got to hope that I don't keep getting the dropouts that I was getting on the Three Sisters climb. Oh, the resistance is really working. That doesn't feel like 1.6% to me, or 2.5 now. Crikey.
Take me high. Take me high.
Hi Stuart, Mr. Woodsell. Thanks very much for the ride on, buddy. It's great to see you, and while you're fresh in my mind, massive thanks for taking care of the 2-for-1 ride on Thursday, which I wasn't available for. I did manage to sort of log in remotely and have a quick peek, and it looked like it was going really well. So thanks again for leading that one. It was excellent. Alright, so that's the bulk of London done. Going through the magic subway. Should appear near the foot of Box Hill. And that's where I really demonstrate my prowess as a natural climber. Oh, I'm fading badly. My London attack isn't quite what I hoped. I think I had too long a break in between. So I'm feeling sort of faint and dizzy again. There's the cafe. Lovely sight for sore eyes. Obviously there's another little kick in a minute. Try and carry some momentum into that. Oh, it's just too much. Box Hill done. Absolutely stunning time, 12:07. Actually puts me in the polka dot jersey. Hi Zoe. Zoe from Team Type 1, Zoe Collins, thank you very much for the ride on. Oh, come on. This is going on a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was just like a little speed bump. I'm done, guys, this is horrendous. Thank God for the downhill. I can try and recover something. Maybe I've got a short memory, but this is harder than Ride London last weekend. I don't even care about the time now, I just need to get to the end. Luckily it's not cramped that's the problem, which just sort of stops me in my tracks, but this time it's just sheer exhaustion. I'll tell you what I am very grateful for is the fact that I've not had any power dropouts in this stage, which is a great relief. My heart rate monitor, I think the battery's probably just gone in that. Although it seemed a bit of a coincidence that they were both flickering in and out at the same time. Come on, it's only a few K to go. Got that horrible wooden ramp up the stairs to get up, and then I think there's one other tiny lump, and then we're done. Go, last 400 metres. Definitely feeling cramp in my thighs now. Not quite like I was in the 111, but the end couldn't come soon enough for me on this one. Last 300. Here we go. I like to put in a big kick, but I will seize up altogether if I do too much, so just going to roll over the line. 200 to go. Here we go. There's the banner. 100 metres left of my Triple Crown attempt. Come on, thank you Dwight. Right at the end. Right on from Dwight Williams. Over the line. Alright, to everybody who did that, I can only apologise. That was a really, really stupid idea. I'm sorry for putting you through that pain. You're well within your rights to quit the team, leave the group, unsubscribe from the vlog, whatever. I wouldn't blame you. I would if I could right now. That was just horrible. But it's done. I can now revel in the beauty of watching others do it. Oh, Mr. Denton, thank you buddy for the ride on. Just caught that out of the corner of my eye. Alright, I'm not sure I'll be wearing the Triple Crown. I think, if I read it right, I think I saw a combined time from Padrone that his combined time was quicker than just my Three Sisters time from what I saw. So I'm not going to be the champion, that's for sure. But I'm very pleased to have completed it, very pleased. I should have done something between Ride London and this just to keep my legs moving, because I felt pretty dead right from the start, pretty flat. But nonetheless, I'm feeling proud of my achievement and utterly disgusted with myself at the same time for even thinking this stupid idea up. But anyway. Alright, well that's not the end of the vlog, that's the end of my part, but I'm going to continue jumping in and recording over the weekend of everybody else's rides. Apologies if I miss anyone out, it really isn't a selective thing, it's just who I can actually find on course at the right time. I will try and capture you on screen and commentate on parts of your ride, so please don't take offence if you're not featured in this. Like, there's a few that have obviously done their ride earlier today that I didn't manage to see while I was doing mine, so while I'll mention your names and times and everything at the end, I'm disappointed I didn't manage to see you on course, so apologies for that, but I will do my best to try and get as many as I possibly can. Because for putting up with this, taking this challenge on, you all deserve as much credit and exposure as you could possibly get. So, alright, so for now, I'm going to shut up, go and be sick.
Morning everybody, it's the morning after the night before for me, and I've got a big grin on my face because I'm feeling all smug that everybody that signed up for the second day of the Triple Crown has still got it to come, and I can just sit here and lounge on the sofa for the day watching the pain. And the first person I'm watching, I've got up slightly later than I'd intended as well, so apologies if I've missed most of this particular person's ride, but it's I've got Dave Crook at the moment, who's doing the third of his crowns. He's knocked it out of the park with London and Richmond already, and London and Watopia. So I'm just watching him on Richmond now. He did seem to. I first jumped in and he looked like he had some kind of technical problem, some kind of power outage. But I think that actually he then abandoned. I think that actually might have just been a warm-up lap. So he's logged back in, and we're just watching him up the final climb now. He's been holding a really steady pace all the way through, looking really strong. Dave streams these as well, so if you want to see his face whilst he's suffering, jump over on his live stream as well. It's always a really good watch. But yeah, it's just coming up at the top of the final climb now. Yeah, not a bad time this one, not bad at all. So in the C category so far, I think I'm struggling, if I'm honest, and it's no major surprise. But of everyone I've seen so far in the C category, I'm probably last. I'll be blunt about that. What'll be different about this vlog actually is I'm not going to finish it until I've actually done all of the final results. So you keep watching, and you will see all the final combined times on here. So Dave just coming up on the line. Let's just send him a quick message. There we go. Dave Crook, your Triple Crown is done. Good job, man. Right, and Dave was actually, because Stuart has moved his time back to his original time, Dave was the only rider going out in time slot 3. So that's it now until, what time is time slot 4? Time slot 4 is at midday until 8 PM British Summer Time. So I will jump back on in a minute, and I think I've got the alerts set on my phone to fire off notifications when the riders jump onto Zwift, so hopefully that's working. And I'll be back in a minute to check out the remaining. I'll tell you who we've got in this final window quickly. We've got Stuart Woodsell, who's moved over from window 3. We've got Dwight Williams, Jerome Averill, Mike Mitchell, Keith Denton, Catherine Denton, Joao Lincho, Brett Smith and Nicholas Nielsen. What I will mention actually now is that it appears we've lost 2 riders already, which is Mike Louie and Dan Lell. Dan I knew was touch and go whether he was going to be able to do it or not anyway, and Mike I've not heard anything from, but that was for the evening time slot from yesterday, so I didn't see either of them riding, so unlucky guys. Whatever the reasons, apologies, but obviously you can't be included in the results anymore. But maybe you get revenge on the 2018 Triple Crown. I'm sure there will be one if anyone fancies it after putting themselves through this torture over this next couple of days. Apologies that I missed Brian Roden, who ended up being the only one in window 2 yesterday. I managed to miss your ride. I'm so sorry, but obviously I'd been doing it all day, and I had sort of family commitments that I needed to take care of after I'd finished my ride. So apologies, buddy. And obviously anyone that was riding at the same time as me, it was difficult for me to see you as well. So quite a few of you I've managed to miss off the camera. So sorry about that, but I'll do my best to catch everybody else that's racing. So I will see you in a minute. Right, back on, and I flicked to Watopia first to see who's there, and immediately I managed to pick up Keith and Catherine Denton, who have just started their Triple Crown Three Sisters stage. I have a feeling they've already completed the London stage. I'll have to check Strava in a moment just to make sure that's correct. So I think they've done London, and are now doing the Three Sisters, and then we'll obviously finish off with Richmond. I can see also, if I just quickly flick over to Zwift GPS, so Keith and Catherine are there, if you can see them near the start, and there is Dwight Williams, who looks like let's have a look, is he coming up or coming down from the volcano? That amount of power and that speed would suggest he's going up the volcano. And also on Watopia we have Nicholas Nielsen, who is on the... Where is that on the circuit? Oh, that's right up at the radio tower. Oh, good job, man. So the hardest part is done for him, and he'll be flying his way back down again. And we also have Zhao Lincho. Apologies if I'm pronouncing your name wrong there. But he's in the... Let me just clarify the categories. So Zhao Lincho is a B cat, and Nicholas Nielsen, I think, is also a B, is he? Yes, he is. And Dwight is a D category, and a hell of a sprinter as well, I have to say. Oh, and I've just spotted, there we go, Stuart Woodsell also. He is in the C's, and he's not too far ahead of Mr. and Mrs. Denton from what I can see. So let's flick back onto Zwift, see what's going on. Right, so Keith is on the KOM. Catherine is just 7 seconds behind, and doing a good job. It's really interesting seeing now that everyone can personalise their avatars. Obviously we get a better idea of what everyone looks like. Sorry, my arm keeps bumping into I don't know if you can see our newest family arrival just down there next to my leg. That's my son's cat, Kylo. Kylo Ren, to carry on the Star Wars theme of animals we have in this house. We're slowly turning into a farm. We'll have a whole squadron of stormtroopers soon, I would imagine. Yeah, so Catherine, obviously get a better idea of what she looks like, and I'm really pleased to see that Keith has gone with his full-on silver fox look. Looking cool there, Mr. Denton. And oh, actually, let's go back and see what Stuart looks like on his bike. I'm not giving Stuart a ride on yet either, so ride on, my friend. And we're going to get all the far out views before we get a close up. Is he another shaven head, Stuart? There seems to be quite a few. Yeah, looks like we've got another crew cut rider in Stuart Woodsell. The difficulty I've got at the moment, or one of the difficulties, is obviously because of the route changes, the direction changes you can make within the course. I can't flick onto the mountain or the volcano until one of these guys gets there. I won't be able to select any riders that are already on it unless I ride my avatar up there myself, and I'm absolutely not going to do that. So so I can't see Dwight or who else was up there, Nicholas and Zhao. So I can't see them at the moment on screen. So but that's alright, we'll try and get a little bit of airtime for them as soon as I can. But we'll keep an eye on these guys. So Stuart holding a nice steady mid-twos coming into the KOM. Good job, man. Actually, Stuart is one of my sort of main competitors, I think. And if I remember rightly, actually we can check, can't we? Let's have a look. Let's go and have a look on the old league table. This isn't a league race, obviously, but it gives me an idea of everybody's overall abilities. And let me just see, is Stuart the one that's very close to me points wise? Oh no, it's Niall Simpson, that's right. Niall Simpson and I seem to be mimicking each other with points. So we're staying very close to each other in the league table. Yeah, Stuart, you're on a big fat 0, so I don't know why I'm worried about you. No, only joking. I must update this, by the way. Apologies everybody that was waiting for this to be updated after our last race. There's been so much going on, obviously Ride London and t-shirts and the Von 2 trip, and that's another thing. I've got an update coming for you as well. So yeah, there's been so much going on. My sincere apologies that the league table is not being updated as regularly as it should be, but I will get onto that. Right, so everybody's still there. Stuart coming up the climb. Keith and Catherine over the top of the climb, is that already? Let me have a look. Where's Whiff? There we go. Alright, so there's Stuart, still grinding away. Mr. and Mrs. Denton looking good in the high 3s and low 4s. Both B category riders, if I hadn't mentioned it. Keith, I'm sure I've given you a ride on. Obviously not. I have now. Catherine, have I? Yes, I have with Catherine. Obviously on TT bikes, otherwise the temptation might have been there to try and help each other along a little bit in these rides, but everybody actually, I'm really impressed. Nobody's forgotten to put the to change to a TT bike so far. other than Peter Wilson, who realised the error of his ways, promptly stopped, jumped off, changed bike, restarted, and did it properly. So good on you, man. I really suffer on a TT bike. I must use the draft a lot more than I realise I do, because just that constant churning of the legs just. Anyway, that was actually more to do with my trainer playing up, as you've all seen. So yeah, so these guys coming down off the back of the KOM, so they will then swing into the tunnel and start climbing up the epic KOM. I'm hoping that as soon as they do that turning, I'll be able to select some of the other guys to have a bit of a watch. But for now, we'll keep an eye on, like I say, the Silver Fox, Mr. Denton, the lovely Mrs. Denton, currently in the ladies' KOM jersey, and of course Mr. Stuart Woodsell's just coming up to the top of that KOM. Actually, let's just give us some indication of what's going on. So Nicholas Nielsen did it in 2:20. Sorry, Joao Lincho did it in 2:26. Nicholas Nielsen 2:29. Then we got Keith at 2:37. I think that's Catherine next at 2:48. And Stuart in 3:45. I can't remember what my KOM time was yesterday, but I don't think it was anywhere near any of those. So it may, well, certainly if it was close to anyone's, it was going to be closer to Stuart's than Keith, Catherine, Nicholas or Giles. So all good guys, you're doing well. So I will fast forward a bit, and if I can catch up with the other guys on the top of the mountain, I'll have a quick look, and then we'll switch courses and see who else we can find. So back in a sec. Right, so I've just managed to catch Nicholas Nielsen now, who is just coming through, just past the Italian village into start the volcano climb, as far as I can see, holding a really solid mid threes, high threes constantly since I've been watching. And Nicholas is a B category. I've also seen Jerome Avril did pop up, but I can't look at him at the moment because he's in a different section of the course. But he is one of the few, or actually one of only two A category riders that are fighting out for the Triple Crown in that category. It's basically Jerome or Inga Backman who are going to take the title on that. So Jerome will have the benefit of having seen Inga's times from yesterday if he's thought to have a look. So he knows exactly what he's chasing. So that's going to be quite interesting in the A category to see which one of those runs away with the crown, or the Triple Crown. So just watching Nicholas Nielsen, I was hoping that this would then tie in with, who else was it that was on the volcano? It was Dwight, wasn't it? Yeah, so maybe after the next turn, depending on how quickly Nicholas gets there, we might still be able to get eyes on Dwight Williams as he's coming. I think he's coming down the mountain now. Yeah, it looks like he's on a flatish section coming down the mountain, so fingers crossed we can get a good look there. There's Jay Avril holding currently 4.5 watts per kilogram. He's on the coming over the top of the KOM, the first KOM. So these are powerful riders out there today. Let's get back to Zwift, see what we've got going on. Alright, we've got Nicholas Nielsen coming through the volcano, and sadly I still can't see Dwight Williams. Oh, there we go, is that Dwight? Yay, right, we got Dwight. So he's coming up to finish his run. Let's give him a ride on. Got King of the Mountains up the volcano. Good job, man. And I don't mean that sarcastically, because obviously it's likely you were the only person at that point in time, but it's still, you got to get up it to win the jersey. So he's just gone past me. Let's send him a quick message. So Dwight just coming up to the finish line now. And unfortunately, once Dwight's gone over the line, I think I'm going to struggle to be able to click on anybody else in Watopia unless I decide to move my avatar, and that's not happening. I'm not wired in anyway today. So there we go, Dwight over the line. Good job. Oh, there we go. I can jump onto Jerome. Great job, Dwight. I'll check your times in a minute, see how you're getting on. I think that's 2 of the 3 done for you as well, if I'm not mistaken. Right, so here is our A rider, Jerome Avril. Again on the TT bike. So well done. Let's quickly flick back to the GPS, see where he is. Okay, so he's coming down out of the KOM, and we've got, so then it's going to be next up the road obviously is Stuart, and Keith and Catherine look like they're right. Yes, so Stuart now and Keith and Catherine Denton have turned in towards the mountain, so they will be starting the Epic KOM in a minute. Nicholas Nielsen is now well and truly into the mountain climb. João Lincho is already on his Epic KOM. In fact, he's come past the castle, he's up to the Alps section. So this is where obviously it starts really hurting, mainly in the knowledge that even when you get to the top of that banner, you've got to go all the way up to that radio mast, and that's just demoralising in anyone's book. Let's see what sort of power these guys are putting out. So João Lincho 242, so 3 watts per kilogram for him. Good stuff. Mr. and Mrs. Denton 3.3 for Keith, 3.2 for Catherine. So they're holding very steady. And Stuart 2.6, nice and solid. Now A category guy 3.8 as he comes. He's sort of on a downhill section as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, he was just coming downhill. So when Jerome here turns into the mountain, I should then be able to get a look at everybody else. Fingers crossed.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway, like a lazy ocean hugs the shore.
I'll tell you what we can do while I'm watching Jerome is I can check out, let's get onto Strava and see if there's any times, and that should also tell me who's done which courses already. So I'll give a quick kudos to Olaf Bonk, who's just done a Sportive VFL. I'm going to try and pronounce this right. Stad of the Farstrav. Oh, the DNF. Oh, there's obviously a story behind that. I'll have to check that out. Well done anyway, Olaf. You did 50 kilometres on that. Anyway, right, let's flick through. Can't see any uploaded rides yet. Right, Nicholas Nielsen's with Richmond. Nicholas, you've not named your rides properly, but you have completed Richmond already. I won't say the times yet. I'll wait until the end and I'll announce everyone's combined times. But okay, so Nicholas has done Richmond and is currently on Watopia. Dwight obviously has just finished Watopia, I can see that. Has he done any others? Alright, Catherine's done Richmond. Keith has done Richmond. So all of these guys, from what I can see, have got one more of the crowns to do after this one, from what I gather. Right, so now that Jerome has turned into the mountain, I've got a view of nearly everybody. So we can see Stuart here holding a steady 2 watts per kilogram. And then we can jump to Keith and Catherine, still in the mid-3s, grinding their way up this mountain. Actually looks like Catherine's probably going to be closing on Keith slightly, which I think is normal form for those guys. I think Catherine is the slightly quicker climber, if I'm not mistaken. No offence, Keith, if that's wrong. And then we go further forward and we can see João Lincho, who is now about to attack the... Just finishing the KOM, the Epic KOM, to go up the radio mast. Right, so we'll watch João Lincho just come up over the Epic KOM. We can see the other B rider, or one of the other B riders for today, Nicholas Nielsen, did this in 24 minutes exactly. So let's see what Xiao can do. Obviously Keith and Catherine are both B riders as well, so this is quite a straight out race between them all today. Okay, so epic KOM time of 27:52. So Nicholas Nielsen's time was pretty phenomenal up there, but good job anyway, Xiao. Right, so we got Keith and Catherine are climbing up to the radio tower now, and this is just bringing it all back for me. It's actually hurting my legs watching them do this. It's yeah, it's not fun, especially if your trainer, I know I keep banging on about this, but especially if your trainer keeps dropping power, so you're pedaling away but standing still, and then start again, then standing still. Oh yeah, that wasn't fun. Sorry about the background noise now, by the way. We've got a football match going on in the background that I'm not even brave enough. Oh, and Arsenal just hit the post. I'm not even brave enough to ask to turn this off while I'm watching this, so we're going to have some football match noise, background noise that you're going to have to put up with just for a little while. So yeah, Keith nearly at the top, or is he? Hang on, let's get a better view. Yeah, Keith very nearly at the top. Catherine just 10 seconds behind, and Keith actually looks like he possibly paced himself better, because he's holding stronger power up this section of the climb than Catherine is, so that's good going. So whereabouts is this on the course? Let's have a look. I think he's still got the volcano climb to go. Just trying to work this out. Yeah, I think he's going to do a left turn here at just at the Italian village. Yeah, sure enough, and head off up towards the volcano climb. Look, I got up off my seat for 1 second, and this new arrival in the family has just managed to squeeze his way in there, so I'm having to sort of contort my body to lean across to look at the computer. And we're just watching Mr. Keith Denton coming over the line to finish the toughest, by far toughest stage, the Three Sisters. So good job, Keith, which means Catherine is probably not far behind. But I can't see her on my screen yet. Aha, right, so there's Catherine. Great job, Catherine. So she's now coming to finish off her Three Sisters lap. So for those two, they've only got I can't remember, was it London or Richmond that they'd already done? Anyway, a flattish one. I have just read Mike Mitchell, unfortunately, is not going to be able to take part, so that's a real shame. You'll be missed, Mike. Sorry to hear that, buddy, but I'll have to get you down for next year's one straight away. So the only rider I've not yet seen is Brett. Oh, sorry, I've been interrupted because Chelsea have just scored in the Community Shield.
Well, you actually said it like that.
I don't like either of these teams, by the way, so I have no affiliation with either one of them, but I do quite like it when Arsenal lose and Arsene Wenger's got a sulk on. It's always quite amusing. So, yeah, back to the more serious matter. Brett Smith is the only one I've not seen yet, and I will put a shout out in a minute because he has 4 hours 10 minutes remaining of the time window in order to complete. So I hope he makes it, and I'll have to try and jump on and catch a bit of footage of him as well. I'll flick through to the other courses, keep an eye on these guys that will be doing the third and final crown. Dwight Williams, I think, actually has only completed the Three Sisters so far, so I'll jump on and try and catch up with him at some point as well. And hopefully we'll get a bit more footage of as many more people as we can. And then I'll round off the video by doing the results live. Well, not live, but, you know, recorded live.
Yeah, definitely.
So, see you in a bit. Right, so here's Stuart Woodsell, finally finishing his Triple Crown. Great job, Stuart. That is a tough one. I know how hard that is and how painful it is. And I'm just quite smug sitting here, lounging on my couch, knowing what you lot are all going through right now, in the comfort that I've finished mine. I think this is the first one you've done as well, so you've still got Richmond and London to go, am I right? If so, good luck. And he's done. Good job. Right, so we're back with Stuart Woodsell. He's now doing the London Loop. He's come up and over Box Hill and looking really strong, and he's if you can see from my screen here, he's actually chasing down Steve Cummings, the pro rider. I say chasing down, Steve Cummings doing 6.5 watts per kilogram. So chasing down isn't quite an accurate description, but he's sharing the same-ish stretch of tarmac with a pro rider, which is great. I've just seen that Brett Smith is just jumping on to start his, so Brett has got about 3.5 hours to complete all 3 crowns. So good luck with that. Sorry, I'm just getting attacked by the kitten. Yeah, so I think it's only, everybody now is on course that's due to be on course or has been on and finished. So I think it's only now a matter of waiting to see Brett finish, and Keith, Catherine, Dwight, Jerome, Zhao, who else was there? Sorry if I'm forgetting anyone. I think they've all got one final route left to do before the cut-off time. So good luck, guys, and good luck, Stuart, in chasing Steve Cummings down. I'll keep an eye on this for a moment. Alright, just coming over the line. Stuart Woodsell, great job, man. That is a brilliant effort. Let's give him a quick message to let him know he has support. And I think that's all 3 done for Stuart. Let me check. Hang on. Oh, he logged out quick as well. He obviously really has had enough of that. Right, so he's done the 3 sisters. I can see from Strava. Yeah, I can't see if Stuart's already done Richmond or not. It looks like not, if I'm honest. So he's still got a bit of pedalling to go. Nicholas Nielsen has done Richmond. Let's give him a quick kudos. Dwight Williams, right, I do think Dwight has only done 3 sisters so far, so he has got the 2 easier courses still to go. So I'll check in with him in a bit, and I'm waiting to see Brett Smith appear on course, because he's cutting it fine time wise. He's a fast rider, so alright, so Stuart London done, Stuart Triple Crown 3 sisters done. So yeah, I think he's still got Richmond to go. Right, so I'll keep an eye out for Brett Smith jumping on, and I'll be back in a bit. Right, so I've got eyes on Brett Smith, the last of our Triple Crown contenders. So he's just starting out his first of the crowns, and he's going for the big one first, the 3 sisters. He's already into the climb up the epic KOM, looking strong, holding high 3s to 4s all the way so far, so looking good. So I'll keep an eye on his progress. I think I saw Jerome just jump on to the London course. In fact, let me check Zwift GPS. Alright, okay, so this is Watopia. So there's Brett, and let's flick over to, I think it was London. I saw Jerome on there. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's Zhao Lincho. So that is the final of his 3 crowns. Let's see if anyone else is on Richmond yet. So I'm assuming Keith and Catherine Denton will be jumping on very soon. Stuart Woodsell straight onto Richmond. No rest in between for him. Good job, man. I suppose he's still got the 2 flattish ones to do, and not a huge amount of time to do them in. So good luck, Stuart. I'll probably put a little word out to Keith and Catherine, obviously to remind them of the time restriction. Sorry, someone in my house who never wants to be on camera thinks this is funny. Yeah, so I might put a little reminder out to Keith and Catherine just to let them know. Obviously there are only a few hours left. That said, I think they've only got one route that takes about half an hour to do, so they should be fine. So let's get back to Mr. Smith climbing up through the little village. and looking very strong. He's a genuine contender to take the B category, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's very close on the A category times as well. Incredibly strong rider. So keep pedaling, man. You've got a lot of riding to do.
Hold me close, way more, way more.
Alright, so that was the last of our runners for the Triple Crown weekend. Mr. Brett Smith. That was certainly the last footage I've got on screen anyway. I've been sitting here with steam coming out my ears, going cross-eyed, my brain ticking away, sweating from every orifice, trying to do the maths, working out everybody's finishing times, which I think I've done. And I'm pretty, well, no, I'm not actually. I was going to say I'm confident I've not made any mistakes, but I'm pretty confident I will have made a mistake or two. But what I am confident about is that I know the category winners, which is what I'll announce now. I'll upload the actual finishing times for every rider onto the Facebook forum. But for now, I've just done the image to upload with the 4 category winners on there. Which I will announce immediately. So, category A, our fastest man over the full course, with a stunning time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 28 seconds. It is Mr. Inge Bachmann. Great job, my man. What an awesome time. Just to give you some perspective, obviously I'm an average-ish rider. That was a full 1 hour and 2 minutes faster than my combined time for the 3 courses. So, wow, unbelievable job. So, well done, buddy. You are our fastest Triple Crown champion, and you are the A category Triple Crown champion. So, good job, my man. Moving on to the B category. Another stunning time, 2 hours, 12 minutes and 29 seconds. And the B category winner is Mr. Nicholas Nielsen. Another fantastic ride. I managed to catch some footage of you, Nicholas. You looked strong every time I saw you on screen. So, great job, my friend. You had some strong competition in that B category as well. So, particularly impressive to hold off the likes of Mr. and Mrs. Denton, Brett Smith, obviously, who I've already mentioned, and others who. Apologies, I'm not missing you out deliberately. I just can't think of names at the moment. My brain is mush. Right, moving on to the category I was in, the C category. As you'll have picked up, my time obviously was about 3:06 or something like that, and the winner in the C category did it in 2 hours, 31 minutes and 11 seconds. This was another really hardly fought category. Some astonishing rides in there by some really strong riders. But there can only be one winner, and the winner of this... you can tell I'm tired, can't you? The winner of the C category, Mr. Padron de Gas. Great job, my friend. Excellent time. Awesome ride. Always a pleasure to have you in our rides, and as with everybody. That's a really strong achievement, and you are our C category Triple Crown champion. And last but by absolutely no means least, the D category. Now this was possibly the most easily predicted category as far as I was concerned. The winner is a rider that I have waxed lyrical about throughout this season in our racing league, as the rider that I think is probably the most improved and improving rider we have in WKG. Certainly the one that I sort of have a regular view of, and this was an absolutely astonishing time. He beat me and other C category riders with a time of 2 hours, 49 minutes and 36 seconds. And he is, of course, Mr. Carlos Valadares. Stunning job, as always. I've said that. I've said it more about you than anybody else, I think, over the course of the WKG races. And I'm impressed once again. Great job, my friend. And congratulations. Congratulations to all of you, and not just our winners. I've got to say, and I'm trying not to get emotional about this, but this might come out really cheesy and gushy, but that was such a pleasure to be involved in. Not from a riding perspective, because I had an absolute nightmare, but the spirit, the attitude, the commitment, the determination, the friendliness that was just unbelievable, and that's made this event my favourite that I've ever done. One of the most enjoyable weekends I've had without having to leave the house ever. And I'm just I seeing messages from you guys, from one guy to another really close competitor. You know, you're in competition with each other, but you're urging each other along, and then some sincere congratulations at the end if one rider's beaten by another. I'm sure other groups, I've said this before, I'm sure other groups have exactly the same experiences, but I'm just talking from what I'm experiencing. And the spirit and the affection within this bunch of riders and this whole team and whole group, I'm blown away by it, and it makes this just an absolute pleasure to be involved in. And I can't thank you all enough. This has just been absolutely incredible. And when I say guys, I'm talking collectively about all of you, so that isn't just, I'm not talking about just the men. This is guys as in the male and the female riders, the likes of Ruth, Suzanne, Catherine. Your contribution is every bit as important as everybody else's, and it's just, like I say, this is just an absolute pleasure to be involved in. So thank you all so much for riding, and yeah, I get a little bit choked up with some of the comments that I see, and a little bit emotional about it. So I am really truly touched, and I hope we can have many more events like this going forward. But for now, I'm going to shut up, and the next vlog will be actually quite hot on the heels of this one, because it's been taking me a while to get it done. So I'm going to jump on, dare I say it, Road Grand Tours and cheat on Zwift for a little bit, simply because I want to climb up Mont Ventoux and see what it's like. So if I can get that working properly, that will be the next vlog. I'll do a little video of that. But for now, thank you all seriously from the bottom of my heart. I love this group. Love you all. Ciao.